Yo, what is going on guys, my name's Carnage Machine, and today guys I've got you another video back in the channel. Now today guys, what I'm going to be teaching and showing you is the best way or easiest way to improve your aim within Infinite Warfare. A lot of people are actually having trouble with this game, the aiming system, because not a lot of people liked Call of Duty Ghosts, and this game is most similar to that one, being the pre-Infinity Ward game before this one made by that development studio. And not a lot of people played it throughout the whole year because the previous one from Ghosts was Black Ops 2, and a lot of people, I mean statistically, you can just look at it and see that they preferred that game more. It's still kind of relevant today for trick shotters especially, and snipers to do with clips, montages, whatever. That's kind of dying out though. Anyways, we're going off track. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how to aim or improve your aim without any form of product, so for completely free. So if you could do something free for me by leaving a like on the video, that would be much appreciated, as if you think this channel is helping you out, then it may help others out, and the way you can help me get my channel out there is by liking the video and also commenting down below what you learned off today's video, or if you learned anything, or if it helped you out in any way, shape or form, or just want to leave a comment. It's completely up to you. But if you're new around here and haven't subscribed already, the big red button is always free to hit, and I can be giving you guys the best tips and tricks in Infinite Warfare throughout the entire year of 2017. Now we can get into the tips and everything to do with aiming in Infinite Warfare, and the first thing I want to say to you guys is these might seem obvious to some people, but yet again, just follow them carefully and the things that I actually break down for you guys, because it makes a lot of sense to do with the game's mechanics in comparison to other Call of Duties. If you've already got these settings on, then you can just adjust them to the statistics that I'm going to tell you guys, and obviously everything to do with the game that I think benefits you more in this game and how it plays and everything like that on any game mode. So the first tip is going to be to do with sensitivity. If you guys played on, say for a fact, a 6 sensitivity, which I know a lot of people base their primary sensitivity around in Black Ops 3, then you want to be up in that, because in this game it has a very quick time to kill, thus you want to actually be turning on enemies faster, because in Black Ops 3 it wasn't such instant see, hit, die. It wasn't anything like that. I know there's a lot of situations in Infinite Warfare where it's you shoot first and you die, but you want to make sure that you can actually snap onto them enemies as fast as possible, since the time to kill is just absolutely extortionately fast, and that's why I recommend upping it if you had a previous Call of Duty sensitivity by raising it 25% or 50%. Everybody had a previous Call of Duty sensitivity that they personally favoured. That's what I was trying to say. So say for a fact it was 6, you'd raise it by 25% or 50%, and the 50% case would be up to 9, but I recommend going in the scale of high to very high, or if you can actually handle very high, I recommend very high to insane, which is the high sensitivity. So you always want to kind of be bracketing upwards in terms of the sensitivity mark, and the way you want to be doing this is very progressively. So say for a fact you hop on the first day, then you play on your comfort sensitivity that you've always played on, or something similar, because I know sometimes the sensitivity marks change. Say for a fact Black Ops 2 had like 14, and then now COD 4 Remastered or Modern Warfare Remastered has 20, when it additionally only had 10 in the non-remastered version on PS3 and Xbox 360. So you want to kind of find your comfort zone first of all and up it by 1 each day, so you get used to that sensitivity and it's not too much of a stretch the next day in terms of a difference, so it'll throw you off in gunfights, which obviously won't if it's not too much of a stretch, because the hitbox is actually very wide, I find, in Infinite Warfare. And that's why I personally think, after all them reasons I've just discussed about sensitivity and the time to kill, that you should be upping your sensitivity in this game, because it just helps. I mean, any Call of Duty it helps, but in terms of accuracy you want to find the fine balance between being accurate and being able to turn on people fast, and knowing the map as well, so you're not leaving too much space behind you, or you're not going down rush routes where you're leaving a lot of space to get shot from, or just generally a lot of vulnerability to score streaks, anything explosive wise. You guys will be learning the maps, but the better way to do it is to be able to have them enemies killed quicker in a fashion where you have a chance in a gunfight because of the time to kill, and then you will be able to obviously run around the maps on high streaks more frequently, and thus this will improve your aim because you're turning on people more on a high sensitivity, and this will make everything seem a lot easier even in the gunfights where you do not have to snap onto people and do a 360 or 720 to actually find the guy who might be shooting you first. Now I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, fuck, he spent 4 minutes on that one point. Well, I really wanted to stress it and like make it apparent to you guys how important that is, because a lot of people generally stay in their comfort zone, and sometimes you got to evolve with the game, the mechanics, or just generally the new kind of feel, or how people are playing it, the different play styles, and that's why you need to change things even if you don't want to, so just experiment. And the next thing I want you guys to experiment with is playing on tactical. I know a lot of people already do this already, but basically the only difference in the button layout is crouching and knifing, and those two button layout pieces, I guess, are switched. So when you actually crouch, you need to click the R3 button, and to knife, or melee, or whatever you want to call it, you need to press the circle button, which additionally on default you would crouch with. It's very easy because, I mean, you can just knife instantly by clicking circle, and you can also actually have a good chance in a gunfight by drop shotting, as when you aim down the sight and prone, it usually zooms you out in default, but if you're playing on tactical, for whatever reason when you drop to the floor, not only I find this a very easy way of maintaining my accuracy when dropping to the floor, because drop shotting is going to be a big thing this year, like I said before, because of the time to kill. You want to make yourself less easy to hit by all costs, whatever you can do. And I know a lot of you guys right now will be thinking, well, the implemented movement system in the game is usually wall running and thrust jumping. Well, do you really want to be in the air when you're weak? It's making yourself a target not only to the guy more who's actually, you know, hunting you down, got his sights on you already and has made you weak in the first place, but everybody on the map. They don't expect you to actually drop shot, because this movement system, I mean, people just panic use it. Like, say for a fact they'll panic thrust or something like that to try and get out of the way and try and strafe because they think they're behind a wall, but sometimes the hitbox says otherwise, and if they're behind a wall and you get a shot and clip their kneecap or something like that, or their shin before they're behind the wall, you can get the kill. I don't think they will expect you a lot of the times in gunfights to actually go down to the floor. A lot of people will want dogfights by, that means obviously people thrusting in the air at the same time, and a lot of people will be panicking because of this. But if you guys on day of launch, or whenever you're watching this video, or whenever it goes up, actually take drop shotting as more of a instantaneous reaction rather than the jumping, I definitely think you guys will see an improvement. Sometimes, yeah, you will get caught out and snagged, headshotted on the way down because they're shooting your kind of chest or legs for whatever reason already, because I know a lot of people do actually aim for the legs. Quick tip, aim for the chest or the head. Easiest way to kill someone, just wanted to put that out there. It's a stupid tip, but I'm guessing you guys already know that, to get headshots and everything, and aim for the head or the chest area, because that's where all the vital organs are, and they've put them kind of physical mechanics in the game where you get multipliers for hitting those areas. Anyways, we're going off track. So if you're drop shotting, it worked well in Ghosts. By all means, Ghosts, it did not have a thrusting movement system or a wall running movement system, but I definitely think since Infinity Ward made this game and it has the feel of Ghosts, definitely it feels like Ghost 2, I definitely think drop shotting will be a more viable route to actually go in terms of panic reaction than the thrust jumping to get out of situations where you're getting shot or you're just generally panicking. Now with these tips, what you can do, the final thing I'm going to be telling you guys is, before you start out a game, I wouldn't stress yourself out too much if you're expecting to do well and have a good KD online, and you're one of them people that actually cares about their KD enough to dashboard. I'm not personally one of them, but I'm not discriminating you if you are one of them people. You want to be going into private match and just generally warming up your shot, putting it on 10-15 minutes, however long you want, in a free-for-all of recruit bots, so you can actually get a good feel for these adjustments or whatever, or just generally a feel of the game before you go into multiplayer, how the hit detection feels, how the guns feel and everything like that, and also where you may want to pre-aim on certain game modes, whether you want to end the game and change game modes depending on whether you've actually played it online previously, or you want to get a feel before you go into an online game of this specific game mode. I definitely recommend doing that, because the time to kill, it's so instantaneous that if you don't know what you're doing half the time in an Infinity Ward based game with their time to kill engine, you're going to be screwed, to be honest. If they get the advantage over you first on something like domination and they get you in a trap, I mean, you are genuinely screwed. So I definitely recommend going in that private match game. And since there is to do with a lot of pre-aiming and stuff, and a lot of kind of accuracy things that involve the winning of gunfights in Infinity Ward games, I believe every gun needs at least one of these 3 attachments in the game, which, whatever gun category that may be, whether it's the snipers, whether it's the submachine guns, the assault rifles, the shotguns, they all need at least one of these 3 attachments that I'm going to mention to you guys right now. So the 3 attachments are stock, quick draw, or grip. Now I know a lot of you guys will be thinking, well, I've got a gun that doesn't need any of them. Well, I guarantee you, to benefit the actual structure of the gun or its playstyle better, you need at least one of these attachments. Whether you don't need quick draw or stock, but you have a very bad recoil or kick on the gun, that's the foregrip. To complement something like an SMG, you want stock because it's a fast moving, fast paced and very light gun. And then also for an assault rifle, if it zooms in very slow and you need to, you know, sometimes be engaging in close quarter situations, say for a fact you're actually rushing with something like the MV4, you're going to need that quick draw. So it's completely up to you what attachments you use. Maybe it's a combination of the 3, maybe it's all 3 attachments, which they are very good attachments, but it's not always the attachments or the perks that make you better at the game, or whatever score streaks you have on that you might get luckily from objective capping or camping. It's about the overall player, and that that is usually rounded off and refined by the sensitivity and your aim that you can actually improve basically just out of practice or adjusting or getting used to certain settings. So thank you all for watching. I love all your faces. Slap a like on the video down below if this helped you in any way, shape or form, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.